Testing 1 2. Awesome. Hey guys, welcome back to Twanna Y'vette Live. This is your host, Twanna Y'vette. And for the next few minutes, I'm going to be covering a couple of stories that I was supposed to go live and do, but unfortunately, the weather is messing with my Wi Fi and it is just messing with the production of this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a story, old school style. We're going to start off with Traci Braxton. Of course, you guys have known by now, she did pass away of cancer. She was at the age of 50, my age, and I remember talking to Traci Braxton years ago. She finally got, her own album out. She, was into doing some things that she wanted to do. I remember watching her on Family Braxton Values, and man, it was a whirlwind. Traci was probably my favorite. She had all of her Traci isms and just like looking back on some of the footage and some of the interviews and everything, like, Traci was just the it girl for me. And I was really super sad to hear about this. It took me by surprise. This was one of those things that the Braxton family, they didn't talk about. You knew she had lost a significant amount of weight, but you really didn't say anything because you didn't know what it was. Anyway, Traci's husband, Kevin Surratt, tells CMZ that we have come to a time where we must inform the public that after a year of privately undergoing a series of treatments for esophageal cancer, our beloved Traci Braxton has gone on to glory. We're told that Traci's sisters, moms, friends were by her side when she passed away. Now, I remember Traci thinking that she had some sort of, I don't know why I can't ever think about that, but it's kind of like heartburn or something. When she was on the show and, wanting to like, drink something or, burp, like you drink something to make yourself burp. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Put it in the comments below. I can't think of the name of it right now. But it's that thing that it's just, heartburnish. And I remember her talking about that sensation and, it was uncomfortable. And, I thought it was that, because my mom used to deal with it a lot. And I thought, oh, that's, crazy because when you eat something, it feels like you want to, throw it back up. And it's just a horrible feeling. And then as I got older, I, noticed that I started reaching for Tums and, that type of thing. So I had my endoscopy and my colonoscopy not too long ago. You guys probably saw that video, and wow, like a lot of things popped up, from that video. A lot of things popped up from that procedure, and you don't know. You just don't know what you have until you go get checked out, and then you have to do what the doctor tells you because you don't know what else to do. And I'm just glad Traci is not suffering anymore. I hate, that she's gone, and I super hate that the family is having to deal with this, but she will definitely not be forgotten, and she will definitely be missed. So keep her friends and family in your prayer, especially Kevin and Kevin Jr. Man, she did, get to meet her grandbabies and, all of the things. Kevin, is with his significant other, and, they're just growing a beautiful family. And so, it's a sad situation, but just keep everybody in your prayers. We all know how it is when you lose someone close to you. I haven't lost my mother, but my biological father passed away years ago, and it was just like, really hard for the family. But my daughter was the one that was just devastated by the whole thing. It took her a while to, get past it. So we all know, what that can do. Now as far as Toni, she didn't post any pictures of Traci on her social media. She went full black screen, with a song. Um, And it was just, I mean, just, just kind of knew, what she was feeling like. The other sisters, they were posting pictures on social media, remembering Traci and, all of the, good things. Earlier, the family had experienced other recent tragedies. Her niece, Lauren Braxton, passed away from heroin and fentanyl OD back in 2019 at the age of 24. And I had no idea what she had passed away from. And when I found out about the drugs, I was like, you have to be kidding me. But the last time that, we saw Traci, she was joking and laughing with the cameras of TMZ on the streets of New York City in April 2019. And I think that was the last time that TMZ actually caught up with Traci. Um, it was just like, wow, she was, being super funny and having fun. And, it's just, Traci was just that person. She was just, a fun, loving person. I saw a clip yesterday of her giving all of her, sisters compliments and, trying to heal past, whatever they were complaining and fussing about. And I thought that was really sweet. And, she just comes up with these ideas like, this is what we're going to do to heal the family. This is what we should do. This is what we should say. And, I just really admired her for that. So, um, oh my God. I don't want to say best of luck to the family because, at the end of the day, it's going to take a while to get over this. So, again, just keep them in your prayers. Next up is Jussie Smollett. Once an Empire star is now in the Cook County Jail on Thursday evening. Mr. Smollett, or Smollett as I like to say, began serving a 5-month sentence for falsely reporting a hate crime, um, a conviction he plans to appeal. Now, I had been holding off from saying what I felt about this because I didn't know the outcome of it. But I gotta tell you, there's a lot of holes in this case. So, do I believe that Jussie Smollett actually did this 100%? Absolutely not. There's a lot of holes in this. He's still maintaining his innocence. He's still saying he didn't do it. Um, and, being a bystander, listening to all of the things that was said during the trial, I was like, there's just something not right about this. There's something not right about this case. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen in the appeal. By, the photo, I mean, he just looked distraught. He looked like, he wanted to give up. And it's just, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Like, it's just, it's crazy. They're throwing things in the media like, he's not, suicidal. And Jussie said if anything should happen to him or befall him while incarcerated, it would not be of his own doing. So please know that. Then with his right fist raised, Mr. Smollett was led off to become likely the most famous of the 6,000 inmates at Cook County Jail. So he's not going to prison, he's going to jail. He is 39 years of age. He was booked into Division 8, a facility that is used to administer medical and mental health treatment as well as house inmates who require protective custody. Okay? Now, you guys, I know you already know this stuff. Supporters have said the actor is particularly vulnerable of being targeted because he is gay and a recognizable celebrity. So he does have some people on his side. Understanding the Jussie Smollett case, the actor Jussie was found guilty in December of falsely reporting that he had been the victim of a racist hate crime. He was assaulted in 2019. So the timeline is the case that began the actor's police report and led to a trial in which he was accused of staging the attack. The testimony says that Mr. Smollett was self-deprecating and animated as he sought to convince a Chicago jury that he was the victim of a real attack. Next up, what the evidence shows explores some of the documents and security camera footage related to the case. And then his sentence. The actor was sentenced to 5 months in jail on March 10th. His supporters have made an impassioned pleas for leniency ahead of the sentencing hearing. Um, and again, with just those bullet points, it just seemed kind of, you know, people throwing things out there in the media in 2019 as this was going on, and people just kind of ran with it without, digging into it to see what was what. It almost looks like he needs to be um, the example, for, if you do something, that people don't like or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like something is not right. Well, I'm not the only person who feels like that. Taraji P. Henson isn't here to debate Jussie Smollett's innocence. She wants him freed. Okay? Empire star Taraji P. Henson is defending her TV son, Jussie, after the actor was recently convicted on charges of staging his hate crime, sentenced to 150 days in jail. On Sunday, Henson showed support for her former co-star on Instagram by posting a black square with the hashtag Free Jussie. Okay, the Emmy and Oscar nominee who played Cookie Lyon opposite Smollett's Jamal Lyon in Empire is among several Hollywood alumni who have defended Smollett over the last week. So apparently, it's not just Empire who wants him free. He has thousands upon thousands of celebrities who stand by his side and they want him freed. I am not here to debate you on his innocence, but we can agree that the punishment does not fit the crime, Henson wrote in the caption of her post. Listen. Listen, Lindas, if you want to see the full thing, just head on over to Instagram. You will see plenty of celebrities that are not hearing it. Some of these celebrities are saying, hey, listen, this is not, the thing. This is not the thing. This is not in his character. We don't believe that he did this, whether he did it or not. You don't give somebody 150 days in, the county jail, for something that you think is a hoax. They're upset because they think Jussie wasted taxpayers' money and wasted the police's time. My thing is, if this was some sort of hoax, if this was fake, he probably would not have contacted the police at all. They could have been staged. He could have just went on social media and said it happened and left the law enforcement out of it, which is normally, what happens when, something is, staged or whatever. And then people would have questioned, well, why didn't he, call the police, if it was real? Why didn't he, get the law involved? So here's a man who did get the law involved, and people are still going, I can't believe that he staged this. After what I read was the police questioning whether this whole thing was real or not, and then throwing, allegations and, stuff. It just kind of seemed like they didn't want to. And then they were made, to investigate it because he was a celebrity. That's what it looks like to me. But like I said, there are a lot of holes in this story. I don't know. I just don't know. He's accused of lying to the authorities about this attack that was racist and homophobic. It was definitely an attack, and he maintains his innocence and has been sentenced. But at the same time, he's appealing, and everybody that is anybody that loves this man is standing by his side. So at the end of the day, it's good to know that even in his standing for his, own innocence, that there's somebody, on his side. Nobody wants to, be accused of something and then absolutely nobody believes them. So just knowing, him knowing, I'm not saying me, I don't know this man from a can of paint, but him, Jussie, it has to feel good to know that there are some people of significance that's on his side. Um, Now, and then you have the authorities saying what Jussie Smollett did was dumb as bleep. Noah tweeted last week, but it's crazy that he's going to spend more time in jail than the Sackler family, who are mostly to blame for America's opioid epidemic. So I don't know what he meant by that, but maybe there's a lot of people with the hashtag Free Jussie. If you just search the hashtag Free Jussie, you will find out other entertainment figures, including the Daily Show's host. That's who it was, Trevor Noah. And he's always, saying something, funny or whatever. But, it's just 155 months, you know, for something that they're claiming is a joke or whatever, just because they're mad because they had to investigate it. You know, Jussie Smollett screwed up. Another celebrity tweeted, now he's facing consequences, but the offending obsession with him is weird, which is what I felt. That's another hole in the story for me. They got more venom from him for the, you know, the guy who bombed a maternity hospital. Remember that? And then lies about it. It's just kind of weird. So this is, the last two or three of some of the, celebrities are like, he probably lied and it was stupid, but at the same time, why do you give this guy 5 months? And other people did real crimes and, they didn't get this much. So I don't know. I don't know. But there are people, you know what I'm saying? They're just like, just let him go. This is stupid. He didn't do it. You have a lot of, people that are saying this, and then you have other people, as you just heard me say, that are like, hey, look, okay? This right here is a little stupid. You're saying what he did is stupid. If he did it, yeah, it's stupid. But at the same time, 150 days, 5 months is stupid. So check the hashtag Free Jussie and see what everybody is talking about. And, hey, we're gonna be following up on this story. So it seems that Taraji P. Henson has, started a fire, and we're gonna see what's going on. All right, last but not least, I've got to put this story in here. One of my best friends during marriage had a grandson that was beaten to death by his grandfather. And this happened last year. The grandfather, he put his hand on his 12-year-old grandson to death after accusing him of stealing money. There's a lot to this story, and I'm gonna have to do an exclusive, but I wanted to bring it up now so you guys would be ready to follow the story. Put it in the comments below if you've heard of the story, and if you want us to follow this story. I said that I would for Doreen because she's a fellow YouTuber. She's taking a break from YouTube. Don't know if she's coming back. I'm sure she should though, because I do miss her videos. But we're gonna get started with this particular story, and it's probably gonna go up on my true crime stories. Let me tell you this before anything. This case is still pending. It is not done. So the findings that I have are incomplete. As far as I know, the grandfather is still in jail. He's not in prison. He's in jail. He couldn't get bail, and he's just sitting it out, awaiting trial. So, a 12-year-old boy was beaten to death by his grandfather, who accused the child of stealing his money, authorities said. Andreas Martina, 53 years of age, is facing multiple charges, including first-degree intentional homicide, physical abuse of a child, repeated acts causing death, and possession of a firearm by a felon. Okay, according to a criminal complaint filed on Tuesday, Martina allegedly used a sledgehammer, wood cane, a mallet, and a coat rack to assault Andre Smith II. And this is what this case is going to be about. Smith and his 8-year-old brother had slept over at Martina's house in the 46,000 block of North 46th Street in Milwaukee on Saturday night, according to the complaint. And so the case goes on to say that Elijah McCoy, the boy's grandmother, maybe Alicia, I'm not sure, Illysha, the boy's grandmother and legal guardian, had received a text message from Martina accusing Smith of stealing his money. When McCoy asked where the boy was, Martina said he's bleeding. She frantically woke up her daughter, Nia Moore, and Moore's boyfriend, Anthony Anderson, on Sunday morning and told them to go and collect them immediately. When they arrived, the 8-year-old boy opened the door and immediately ran to the car, the complainant said. So Anderson saw Martina come to the door. Okay, he was followed by Moore yelling, "Oh my God, you're going to jail for this." After that, when Anderson went inside, he saw Martina dragging the boy's body, which was covered entirely in blood, from the bathroom to the kitchen. So there was a large amount of blood, and what happened is what appeared to be brain matter on the kitchen floor and walls, according to the complainant. We don't know that, but they're just saying that's what it appeared to be. Okay, so Smith was taken to St. Joseph's Hospital. He was stabilized and then moved to the Children's Hospital of Wisconsin, where he passed away later on that Sunday. His cause of death was listed as multiple blunt force injuries to the head, and in the manner of the boy's death was ruled a homicide. Okay, his younger brother was treated for laceration on the top of the head and a fractured finger. Some reports say broken finger. Fractured is broken, but we don't know how bad. We couldn't find any pictures or anything of it. And the other pictures are too graphic, too detailed, too graphic, so we're not doing that to protect the family and the child. That's just a bit much. Kind of disappointed in some of the media, for releasing pictures and footage like that. It's looked really strange, but they're not really, in popularity or whatever, but still, that's just kind of crazy to do that for publicity. But anyway, police interviewed the boy's great grandmother who lives with Martina, and she said that she was woken up in the early hours of Sunday morning by the sound of Martina yelling at Smith. So she told the police that she saw Martina striking Smith all over the boy with a hammer before picking up the wood cane and striking him with that. That is what she saw. Okay? When Smith fled to the kitchen, Martina followed him and continued to strike him. So the boy tried to get away, and Martina, being bigger and stronger, continued to run after him and strike him. The great grandmother said she believed Martina beat the boy for around 90 minutes. So that's the time span in which she testified to. That, look, I believe it was around 90 minutes. I saw the hammer. I saw the wood cane. I saw Martina chase the child, still striking him, and I believe this went on for 90 minutes. So the complaint noted that she is disabled, making it difficult for her to intervene. Okay, the complaint said that the 8-year-old boy told police that his grandfather was angry about missing money, and he beat the boys. He said Martina struck them with a mallet. Struck them, okay? Plural, with a mallet, a sledgehammer, and a coat rack. So the boy said Martina choked his brother with a belt, then threw him into a wall, causing him to bleed profusely. So then he took a cane and began to strike them both in the head with it, and that was the testimony of the younger brother. The child denied taking the money, okay? So in an interview on Monday, Martina told police that he awoke at 3 a.m. on Sunday to use the bathroom and found his wallet open and money missing. So he confronted Smith, who turned his pockets inside out and denied taking the money. So Martina said he started striking Smith, demanding that he give him the money back. So the boy retrieved the money from a cousin's bedroom, after which Martina continued striking the boy. So if the money was in the cousin's bedroom, why wouldn't you go in there and confront the cousin unless the cousin wasn't home or whatever? But after that, Martinez said that he continued striking the boy. He admitted to losing control, telling the police that he will strike a deal with his blank for the rest of his life. I don't know what that means, but he'll have to deal with it for the rest of his life. I know that. I don't know. I don't know what kind of deal he's talking about, but I know he will be dealing with this for the rest of his life. So he does admit to doing it, and he does admit to, losing control and all of the things. So this is like really crazy. This is absolutely crazy. There's nothing he can do to get out of this. This is absolutely ridiculous. Uh, I mean, you guys just don't even know. The majority of this stuff that I found among the three stories and some of the research, you're not gonna believe. Okay, if this man is convicted, he's gonna face 2 life sentences plus 60 years in prison, and he could be fined up to $225,000, which, in my opinion, is not enough. Okay, so we're gonna keep you posted on this story. We'll be doing an exclusive. Um, if I can get past this weather, we'll be going live with this exclusive, so you guys can ask questions, and we can get the grandmother in the audience, so you guys can pray for her and wish her well and all of the things. Keep this family in your prayers as well. This is just ridiculous. And even though you guys don't believe Jussie Smollett, keep him and his family in your prayers. 150 days, 5 months is nothing to sneeze at. It's no joke. That right there is a long time to sit anywhere, especially if you don't think that you did anything wrong. It's, a punishment unwarranted. So I don't know. I don't know if he's innocent or guilty. I just know that, he got the sentence. They are going to appeal, probably with a different attorney. You know what I'm saying? Probably, going to try to dig around some of these holes and see what kind of information was missing, and what exactly led the police to say that, hey, this is an open and shut case, like this is you pulled one over on us. So hopefully we'll get even more insight, because to me the trial was vague. What we saw, you know and what is in public record is literally just a little vague. It was a show. You know what kind of show it was. It was a show. So I felt like the whole thing, this whole thing could have been staged. I know it wasn't. I know this is real, but I'm just saying, it was like a bad acting job, this trial was. And so I can't wait to see what happens with the appeal and everything. And of course, I'll be giving you guys some updates on the Tim Norman case this week, so stay tuned for that. Pray for these families or whatever. And if you know Doreen Merritt in person, if you've met her online or whatever, please send good vibes her way. This is devastating. And I feel honored that You asked me to cover this case, girl. I'm going to do everything I can to find out the information and keep on top of it. In the meantime, you guys be safe out there. Wear your masks regardless of the mandate. I'm just saying, I think that it's a smart idea to wear your masks, okay? And let us keep these families in prayer. Let us live on purpose. And I will talk to you guys in the next video or live. All right? Bye for now.